Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is that you heal by connecting with your light and darkness that's inside of you. That's how you heal, people. And it's something that, most people that are light workers don't want to talk about, but it's something that I definitely want to address because everybody can talk about the light, you know what I'm saying? Which is all the positivity, all the good stuff, all the hopes, all the dreams and goals that you want, man. But it's like just as much as you want to connect with your light, that's the fun and easy part, people. And the truth is, I know for me, for years, that's all I focus on was just the light stuff. And I just kind of brush off all the negativity or the darkness to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Think about it. It's uncomfortable, man. Nobody want to deal with those headaches or problems. But people, I'm telling you, though, because I've learned from experience, I've been working on, my shadow work or working on facing my demons, facing the darkness that's in me, because people, as human beings, we're all made up of light and darkness, right? Now obviously it's our focus to build up our light, you know what I'm saying, which is our positivity, the high frequency and all of that stuff. But there's also darkness in you, which is more the low frequency stuff. That's the emotions of like disappointment, things that you're disappointed about, things that make you angry, things that make you feel all these negative emotions, people. And it's like, it's real easy to just brush them off and just focus on the positives, right? But what I'm sharing with you today, man, is that your greatest strength and what really makes you great and exceptionally great, that is that you're willing to do what almost very few people is willing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's facing your vulnerabilities, facing your weakness, facing the things that you don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever those are, people. Maybe it's addiction to anything, whatever that is. You know what I mean? Whatever you're addicted to, those are stuff that you got to work on, and you got to face them, people, because ignoring your problems don't solve them. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest things that I've realized, man, is that the best way to resolve things is through them. Is not ignoring them or not pushing them off to the side, people, but instead facing your darkness. You know what I'm saying? Whatever those are, man, because, everybody have, like I said, light and darkness. So for you, the better you get to know your darkness and connect with them in a sense that you really get to identify what they are, then you can work on changing those situations or controlling those situations, whatever they are. You know what I'm saying? The first step with anything, though, is admitting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to face whatever that is. I want you to acknowledge that, people. If your weakness or vulnerability or darkness is, let's say, addiction with anything, maybe it's alcoholism, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's whatever the heck it is, any kind of addiction. To me, no form of addiction is ever a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that you have lack of control of yourself when it comes to whatever that thing is. And in life, I believe that one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is learn how to control yourself. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, controlling yourself and addiction, they don't go together. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of people deal with that. So it's like you have to face those darkness, people, and address them for what they are. And whatever you struggle with, man, I want you to pray on that, people. I want you to pray on it, and and really pray for healing in that regards. You know what I'm saying? And also, as you think your way through it, using your mind, body, and spirit, you can also figure out ways how to solve your own problems. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a person that get triggered easily and lead to anger easily, because people, that's one of the biggest weakness that, it's like that I know a lot of people struggle to control, for those that have that issue. So it's like, you have to learn, though, to not be nobody's puppet, man. If people can trigger you to force you into anger, then who's in control at that point? It definitely is not you, because if it was you, you could see what was coming and you can actually be like, okay, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm going to go ahead and go the other route. Or I'm going to be the bigger person and walk away from that situation. So that's the true power, people. And that's what I really want you to work on. And that's what shadow work look like. I want to demystify it. And I want to be as clear as possible what that looks like for you, so you can get busy working on that. You know what I'm saying? Again, addiction, any form of addiction, that's a darkness. You need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? You need to work on regaining control of that. And the easiest way I know how to do it, people, is definitely pray on whatever those are. You know what I'm saying? And also think of ways on different actions you can take to actually combat that. And also you can figure out what triggered those actions in you, because if you can find the cause of the problem, people, then it's a lot easier to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to focus on what is causing you to get angry, what is causing you to drink, what is causing you to smoke, or whatever that is, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against none of those things, by the way. I just believe that everything should be in moderation, though. And that's what shows self-control in those regards. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with whatever the heck you choose to do, because again, this is your life, you choose to live it. But whenever it gets to the point, though, where you're not in control, people, that's when, in my opinion, it becomes a real problem. Because if you have no control over your action in those regards, then realize that that's a real handicap, man, and you got to work on fixing that, you know? So that's really the message, man, is that really and truly is that definitely continue to work on the light. That's the easy and fun part that everybody want to do. You know, high frequency, positive thoughts, positive affirmations, and all of that stuff. And believe me, that's all great and all. And definitely continue to do that. Continue to build the light and connecting with the Spirit of God that's in you. That's more or less your spirituality, the light, you know, working on the light, like developing yourself spiritually. And you can even continue to explore that. I mean, I'll paint out some things, definitely prayer, meditation, you know, being very intentional, developing new routines that feed your spirit, you know, like maybe it's different videos or audios that you watch every single day that feeds your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever you feed people is what grows. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm encouraging you right now to feed your spirit, yes, but also while you're feeding your spirit, never stop doing that. That's a given. But I want you, in addition to that, people, is to start doing your shadow work or facing your demons, man. Facing the things that are handicapping you, facing the things that are holding you back, people. I want you to face those things. Please face those things, man. Face those things, because that's the only way you'll ever be great, man. And to be honest with you, think about it. Like the light work, yes, that's great. You're going to keep evolving in that. So that's always going to lead to more and more change, especially as you continue to really connect with the Spirit. Then the Spirit really helps you a lot in that regards, man. But it's like, I don't know why people, I included myself for years, you know, just didn't really take the time to focus on the darkness. You know what I'm saying? The low frequency things, because they're not going away, people. The only way they go away is if you face them head on and deal with them, man. And that's what I'm encouraging you today, is for you to focus on dealing with your darkness, your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, the things that you shy away from. True courage, people, is not physical, man. It's mental and spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And right now, most of that is right there, you know? One last thing I want to touch on too, people, I just think it's very important, and I want to kind of light it here, man, is that for those of you that's also on your spiritual journey where, you know, you're really doing the light work, you know what I'm saying? Like the prayer, the meditation, you know, the intentionality with connecting with your spirit and all of those things. A lot of times too, people, is that what I'm realizing, and I want to share this because I think it's critically important, is that, you know, a lot of the stuff that we are thinking is spiritual warfare is not really spiritual warfare. It's that, like I told you all, the month of June was the month of transformation. There's a lot of transformation that have happened this month, you know. Like yesterday there was a big one. You know, I think last week, I forgot the name, the solstice, and all those different things that are spiritually happening that people that are not as spiritually connected don't really pick up on. But I'm telling you, people, those changes are happening whether you know about it or realize it or not. you know. And it's like, as you're going through those transition though, it's like what happened is you're shedding your old ways of being. You're shedding in the spirit your limiting thoughts, you're shedding your limiting beliefs, you're shedding your bad habits. And those are very painful, people, because it's like, you know, when you're so used to being a certain way for a while, it's like you've grown attached to it. And what happened is, it's like the spirit have been breaking you for it, whether you want to or not. And that's what it seems like you're being attacked, but it's not really spiritual attacks. It's just really you shedding your old way of being, man. And it's critically important in order for you to really get ready for the season of abundance right now, which really the reaping season is really starting, you know, like big time, first week of July. So really next week, that really starts next week, you know what I mean? The end of this month, next week period, is when a lot of those breakthroughs and abundance that you've been seeking is going to take place, because the whole month of June was the month of transition, people. And as you transition, is that it is painful, man, because you're letting go of old ways of being, old ways of thinking, you know, old actions that you would take. It's like you're really shedding the old you so that the new you can be reborn. And what happened is also is that in the spirit is that when you close that door, as you break away from it, even if you want to, the spirit won't let you go back to that way of being, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it opened up new doors, man. And that's where the new opportunities lies going into next week, you know, for July here, which really is when the abundance season really start. Like all those things you've been praying for, all those things you've been hoping for, all those things you're wanting, people, will be coming to you in the spirit, man. It's coming to you. It's coming right now. It's actually here. It's just that you got to continue, you know, elevate yourself to that frequency to actually connect with the blessings that's coming to you next month. And you can't connect with those blessings in the old form. So it's like, I just want you to know and understand what's happening to you, though. It's not necessarily spiritual warfare or attacks. It's just really you shedding a lot of the old ways of being. And that isolates you, man. It can trap, it could choke off, you know, getting rid of people out of your life. It can stifle your finances. All those things that are happening that is forcing you to choose a new way of being, people. And I just want you to embrace part of that journey, because that's what's happening to you in addition, okay? Anyways, man, with that being said, I'm gonna cut it off there. Shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who's the mother of this world. And shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. People, my mandate from God here on this earth, man, is really and truly to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way we do it, people, is by choosing to stand united. That is indeed a choice, and I'm encouraging you every single day to make sure we are standing united, people. What does that look like? It means doing business with each other, supporting each other, encouraging each other, inspiring and motivating each other. You know, speaking life into each other, man. Being our brothers and sisters' keeper, whatever that looks like, man. With that being said, people, really and truly, man, my declarations over your life, number one, is that you are a millionaire. You are married to the person of your dreams. You have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is really and truly, man, for you to connect with your spirit, and also for you to get busy doing the shadow work that's necessary, man. Face your demons, face your darkness, man, because your greatest abundance that we're looking forward to come next week, is starting next week, is really gonna come from you doing the shadow work. The more you do, you face your weaknesses and vulnerabilities and darknesses, is the more abundance that you can expect over your life, people. Facts. I know that to be so, you know. So with that being said, let's get busy doing our work. Blessings on to you, man, and your families. Y'all have a great day.